All right, friends, let's make a quick pom-pom. You guys, we usually make pom-poms for the tails of our bunnies, like this little pom-pom right here that we added to our bunny. I'm gonna show you with this big fat yarn. And it's so simple. There's lots of different ways. I'm sure that you friends can find other tutorials on YouTube, but this is just the easiest way that I have found. And it's just using my own hands. You don't have to have a special pom-pom maker or anything like that. So all I'm gonna do is start taking my yarn here. I wanna make sure I have a piece of yarn cut that's gonna be, that I'm gonna tie around this big yarn bowl that I'm going to make by just wrapping around my fingers here, okay? So you can wrap it, and the more you wrap it, the fatter your pom-pom is going to be. All right, so I'm gonna wrap that around a couple times. I'm gonna take a little cut of my yarn, all right? Slide this off, put it right in the middle of my yarn. And then I'm just gonna tie it up together, just like this. Boom. All right, so I tied it. And then I take my scissors and I'm gonna cut all those loops. Okay? And right now it kind of looks more like a bedraggled spider or a crazy octopus, not so much a pom-pom. Now, this can get messy, just so you know. So here we go, I've got all my loops cut. So I've got all my different yarn. Now you've got all this different length of yarn, don't you? And it's like, oh my goodness, it doesn't really look too much like a pom-pom. So this is where I take my long pieces of yarn here and hold it, all right? And then I just start trimming to get a little bit more of a rounder, uniform shape. And I just trim, kind of like giving a little haircut to my pom-pom here. And like I said, the more times you wrap around your fingers, the thicker the pom-pom's gonna be. If you use thick yarn like this too, the other thing to think about is you can then kind of go through and kind of unbraid to make it a little fluffier like that too. I've seen, if you friends probably may have at home, like some doll combs or like Barbie brushes and stuff, and you can go through and you can like brush your yarn to kind of make it a little bit fuzzier if that's the look that you're going for, okay? But all you do there, friends, is just trim up that yarn and then you fluff it out a little bit, and there's your pom-pom. So obviously, like I said, we used ours for the tail of our bunny, but think of all the different things, especially at Christmas time right now. Making pom-poms, you can use them to make ornaments, you can make jewelry, you can tie them onto packages instead of using bows. If you have a lot of yarn, making pom-poms are great for your little stashes of yarn. They're called yarn or stash busters. So you can get rid of a lot of like leftover yarn by making these fun pom-poms, and you make them all fluffy like that. And how fun if you had a bunch of them in bright different colors if you make garland for your tree. But yeah, there you go, lovies. Easy peasy lemon squeezy how to make a pom-pom. Now the other thing I'm gonna show you real quick, like I said, I had that piece of yarn already cut like that. The other thing you can do, if you start wrapping that yarn around your fingers and it's too tight, have that piece of yarn cut, have it strung on your needle, have it already, okay? And then when you are wrapping, if you wrap it too tight and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't get this off of my fingers. If you wrap it too tight, let me take your little cut here. You can take your needle and just kind of sew it through your fingers just like that. So then you turn it over and it's already in your little bow that you're ready to tie that way too, okay? So simple. And then we're ready to, I would probably double knot it, love bugs too, if I were you. I don't do that, did I? I would double knot it. And then you cut those loops, all right? Head right through and cut all those loops, just like that, okay? Then you're ready to start trimming up. just like we just did before, get those long pieces down and out of the way so you can have something to, if you're gonna be tying them together or whatnot, all right? So just another way to do it. Look how sad. But after you get it all fluffed up, how cute. All right, there you go, lovies, pom-poms.